I remember coming to a sports annual day and seeing you run. You must have been, I don't know, 8 or 9 at that time. I remember seeing you run the 100 meters and 200 meters, and you were really good. And I think I enjoyed seeing you winning, and I think you enjoyed winning as well. And I think it was also important for you that your best friend was, running with you.
Did you always enjoy athletics?
I think because we were naturally good at it. It was fun in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then once we started competing and actually training to compete rather than training to be in the sport.
Yeah.
I was like,
And
I'm a little scared.
So I think in the early years you were okay. You were a little stressed, but I think when you got into competitive racing, competitive athletics, you were a basket case at the beginning of every race. You used to be so nervous and so stressed, and I was like, why are you doing this?
I think it was part of your preparation. Like you warm up. I think for you, getting stressed was part of the warm-up exercise.
It was always because the adrenaline and the stress was always viewed as a positive thing for our sports.
No, I guess it is positive, but
it's just such a thin line between
there's a very
good and
fine line between the positive adrenaline that's helping you power your race, and then the adrenaline that's coming from nervousness and anxiety.
So of course it looked like it was standard adrenaline before a race, which is good because it actually spurs you on and pushes you to do better. But somewhere it obviously tipped over.
I think the fear of losing for the two of us was very internal more than from outside pressure.
I really didn't care whether you won or not. I enjoyed watching you run. I think you had great form also, and you enjoyed running. And personally, I didn't care whether me. I don't care whether you win or lose.
I think it was very important to me. I was very, very happy when you won and very, very unhappy when you lost. So, yes.
Of course, winning was important to me. It was an indescribable feeling. And why compete if I'm not competing to win, right? But at some point, it was important to me because it simply satisfied people's expectations of me, and not because I actually enjoyed it anymore.
Our other friends, Vedika, was we were trying to plan our weekend plans or something like that. And I was like, we can't, we have a stupid athletic meet. And then Vedika was like, since when did athletic meets become stupid? And that was
that was your switch?
No, that was literally my catalyst to being wait, yeah.
You had worked hard, you had the talent, and then to throw it away is obviously disappointing.
I was concerned about why you wanted to give it up, but I understood your reasons. Because I think what stood out for me was you said you didn't enjoy it anymore. And that was very disappointing. Because also, like Dad said, you had worked so hard for, I don't know, at least 7-8 years.
When I eventually decided to make the decision, I obviously did not speak to our coach.
Yeah, you were so scared to talk to my mom about it.
At first, I was very, very disappointed.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand it. I just couldn't get it. It had always been the two of you, and I just couldn't get it. That why would you do this? Especially when you were still so good at it.
Yeah.
My bad. I should have understood it and helped you through it rather than being one of the people who actually dismissed it and thought you were being silly about it. But today it's easier to understand it. Today there's much more awareness, there's much more sort of discussions and talk around how the part that mental health plays.
Yeah.
But at the time it was hard to accept it.
The whole thing of making excuses versus what's actually real as an athlete, because my leg was hurting, but I also know I was really stressed. So how much of it is,
And it's okay if it was a physical injury. It's like it's more, it's more.
Oh, it's so okay if you're like physically injured. Then you're fine.
It's way more easy to explain, and it's way more easy to accept that it was a physical injury. But like if it was like, oh, I was stressed or I was anxious, like that can't actually like affect your physical.
Because that's supposed to like motivate you.
India is still very, very behind in terms of mental health. There is a stigma still around talking about it or about acknowledging even that it is, an illness just like any other, or it's something that just needs help and support just like any physical ailment. But very often you'll find people will shush it and put it aside and blame everything else around it.
So it's also part of privilege to be able to say, I need to take care of my mental health. So there's that aspect also. Not everyone has that luxury.
It's changing in specialized or sports that are more expensive sports, faster. In track, I think, if you ask me, even today, I don't know sports psychologists that a track athlete can go to, who actually knows what they're talking about in Bombay, which is crazy because that's not the way it should be.
So, as you get better and better at sport, the mental aspect actually becomes more critical, because after a point, your talent and your practice will take you up to a point, but beyond that, it's mental toughness.
I think I will always wonder what would have happened if I had chosen to continue athletics. Maybe I wouldn't have let so many people down, but I wouldn't be where I am today if I hadn't left. There is so much internalized shame and guilt when it comes to prioritizing your mental health, especially in sport. And only recently have I been able to process, understand, and slowly get over this. Hearing athletes like Simone Biles talk about their mental burnout was so validating because it helped me to understand that my decision didn't make me weak or any less of an athlete. But I think I'll always blame athletics for my anxiety, my greatest inconvenience today. But also, this whole journey made me realize that my life does not make sense without sport in it.